to soccer's biggest stage.
The team's on their way out in Atlanta and calling the game, Martin Tyler alongside Andy Townsend.
Well, South America representing the world outside of Europe, because obviously there's only that one non-European nation in the last four, and we've got two number 10s. There they are. Will they be the deciding factors? I'm sure
And now, fans, we ask you to please rise if you're able for the playing of the national anthem of England. Please remain standing if you're able for the playing of the national anthem of Argentina.
¿Ese es el equipo?
Este es el equipo. Hace 30 años que no pierdo.
Ok. Dicen que tiene un primer toque increíble. Esa arena dejó la defensa una vez tan maría que le salieron hasta pajaritos en la cabeza. Y este tipo, siempre con la misma...
Who's up next?
He's up next. Who's up next?
Ganan o se van a casa. Y ellos nunca se han ido a casa.
Estos son los chicos invencibles.
And Italy's Marco Di Bello, a fine referee in his own right, is in charge of the streams. Well, England have made 3 changes from their quarter-final against Norway. A different back four yet again. In all 7 games, that's been the case, with Reece James and Jed Spence replacing Concert and Riley as the fullbacks. Declan Rice feeling better after an illness which curtailed his contribution in the quarter-final. And Morgan Rogers is preferred to Noni Madueke. His international number, 121 for Harry Kane, now England's most capped outfield player. And one of only 2 of the starters to have scored in this competition, but both he and Jude Bellingham have 6 apiece. As for Argentina, well, they're brimming with experience. 10 of this 11 have won the World Cup, have winners' medals. After its successive identical lineups, there is the one change. Giuliano Simeone brings fresh legs on the right for Rodrigo de Paul. Emi Martinez, Romero, Lisandro Martinez, McAllister and Enzo Fernandez all play for English clubs. Leo Messi's 206th cap, but his very first against England.
Argentina!
Just another game. Don't you believe it? Well, England are, Andy, I would say, younger, taller, and potentially quicker. But Argentina have the greater experience. They have the know-how. They've trod this path before.
They have indeed, which is important, Martin. You get the feeling with this one, as I mentioned, it's going to be so competitive. It could be a very, very long afternoon, this. It could go all the way.
We've been counting down to this kickoff ever since the fixture was in the books. Ever since the fixture was in the books. So Argentina kick off. This is set to add even an extra dose of spice. The first meeting for 21 years. Argentina lost 3-2 the last one, which was played in Switzerland. It was a friendly. It didn't feel like that then. Here's Mark Gahey. John Stones, who starting back-to-back games. He hardly did that in the whole of the season that's just finished in England. And of course, he is looking to impress potential employers. He left Manchester City at the end of June. Here he is again.
Yeah, fascinating game in contest. In context, it really is. I think Argentina, as you say, Martin, have been course and distance, been around the block and back, and know what it's like, know how to manage these sort of occasions, get through them, come out the other side victorious. For England, can they produce that dynamism that they showed, particularly in the game, I think, against Mexico? And who is going to tag Jude Bellingham? Who is going to stop him getting into the box and getting on the end of some of those crosses?
Seen as a foul. There was a little dig by McAllister 30 seconds ago. Didn't interrupt the play, but was a gesture of intent. This one from Paredes, who was involved in that red card incident against Switzerland when he received a yellow and it was transferred to Real Embolo, who'd already been booked and was off. It certainly helped Argentina, if you like, grind out another win, as the Argentinian journalist was saying yesterday. England press. Argentina pass. Tagliafico. Interesting about the shirts. All in blue. It was an Argentina request. I think they would have had to wear them anyway. But it is a throwback, a nod to 1986, when those two Maradona goals were created wearing blue shirts, solid blue rather than the blue and white stripes. And those were gathered from a street market 48 hours before the kickoff. I think these have come properly packed from the manufacturers. The reason for that change was the ones in Mexico City. Argentina thought they were going to restart then, and England went quick. Now it's beginning to threaten in terms of the tension on the field. Those smiles, the handshakes have long gone. Here we go.
Yeah.
Neither side will benefit from getting drawn into this,
No,
you feel?
No, they won't. I think this was on the cards, Martin. I think this was always going to happen with these two teams today. At some point, at at some point it's going to get particularly lively, very difficult to officiate. The referee's got to have eyes everywhere. They thought they were due a free kick, and because they carried on, then all of a sudden you see Enzo Fernandez getting in and around Elliot Anderson, but they expected the whistle to go. It didn't happen, or if it did,
referee's view. But a very early flashpoint.
yeah. Look, again, I think that, and again, both teams will know the importance of keeping discipline, but I think we're going to see a few of those in this little
to this quickly, because that's 3 that he's let go. I mean, he gave that a free kick, but this could get tasty quickly.
Yeah, well, it already has. England 0, Argentina 0. 5 live from the BBC, the World Service with us as well. Jed Spence's pushed well forward, but actually over there, Anthony.
challenge in the end on Jed Spence, but he made really good gains there down that left-hand side, really positive.
Positive from Spence, positive with the press from England. Trying to rattle the cage of the world champions. Gay. Swept out to Reece James, the senior right back really when he's fit. He's caught by McAllister. Julian Alvarez, of course, no longer plays for an English club, but had a couple of very good years with Manchester City.
There's Argentina squeezing this time on Elliot Anderson. And that first-time ball, trying to find Morgan Rogers down this right side. An area of the field for him that he's not totally accustomed to.
Here's Romero. Let's look at Giuliano Simeone. He did start the game that Argentina didn't need to win, the third group game, when they made a whole raft of changes. He's acting away England as his dad did at David Beckham, and vice versa.
Good tempo, lovely tempo to the start of the game. Look, we won a good tempo, lovely tempo to the start of the game. Look, we won a semi-final that's bristling, that's on the edge. They're the best games, the most exciting ones to watch, and there's every indication that this one's going to have that.
It's a brilliant ball from Pickford. Rogers playing on the right, which he doesn't do for his club. He's making very good ground here. In the whole season, and he played just over 3 hours on the right-hand side for Aston Villa.
Yeah, if he doesn't play in that 10 position, which obviously Jude Bellingham operates in, then usually for his club he's off the left side, cutting in on his right foot. So today he'll want to mix his game up, but we'll see Morgan Rogers do.
On the end of corners, and it's more pushing and shoving going on. And by Rice, it's a floaty one. Players from both sides on the ground. And then trying to win it back and stop Argentina playing out, and then
just seeing all the grabbing, that's going on the screen there on the monitors from those corners. I mean, it's very difficult to marshal that and stay on top of that because everybody's doing it.
Well, we talk about height and youth and speed. It might just be cool-headedness that decides this one. Martinez, who can be inflammatory himself, has got the Argentina flag woven into the side of his hairdo. And there's Tagliafico. It's as tight as that, all over the pitch.
It is, it is. All you're looking to do as a player in these opening exchanges, be neat and tidy about your work. Probably the one player out there so far that hasn't really kicked it is the Argentinian number 10. Here he is.
And Thomas Tuchel did say in his press conference, I did think about going man-to-man on Messi. There's no sign of that so far.
Because he wanders, Martin. That's the problem you have. He's prepared to wander around the field, Lionel Messi, to pick up the best position. If you go man for man, then it's a defensive player. You can find yourself getting dragged all over the place. He'll have seen that and faced that countless times over the years and dealt with it.
Anderson loves to play it forward. Challenge from an angle that he didn't complain about. I think the England fans did. Anderson. And captivating viewing for everybody, including the FIFA royalty. The president is here and the general secretary sitting behind him. McAllister. Alexis McAllister played every minute except the game against Jordan, that third game in the group stage that I referred to earlier. Off goes Gordon. And, he got there.
Did indeed. Did well actually to get anything on the end of that Anthony Gordon, because it was skipping off the top of the surface there. It looked like it was heading for a goal kick all the way, but he made something of it. He's got better as the tournament has gone on, I think, in an England shirt. Anthony Gordon, he's looked particularly dangerous down that left side.
And fortified, I'm sure, by the fact that he's joining Barcelona. And Martinez goes long. Well covered by Stones. Ball was played in one direction. I don't think he's a member of it now, but Louis Tomlinson knows his football. I think he played for Doncaster Reserves in a professional game.
Looked like a trip on Elliot Anderson.
All this is going on off the ball as well. Not just there, Elliot Anderson was involved. This is going to take some officiating this game.
And the benches below us, Martin. Yep, Thomas Tuchel was up, and immediately Scaloni was up as well. So all the officials, fourth officials, the referee out there, assistant referees on either flank, everybody's got to have their eyes all over the place here.
And Leo Messi just looks on and leaves the rough stuff to the others.
He leaves them all to it. He does, yeah. Again, for the referee, giving it every chance before a card will be brandished, but it's kind of inevitable with this one that once he brandishes one, we could see quite a lot.
And you think of Ratin in 66 sent off as a quarter-final, Beckham getting sent off in 98. Both occasions, the team that had the dismissal lost. There's the lesson, isn't it? Oh, look at the room for Enzo Fernandez. Wasn't Messi at his best. Argentina still have it. The Chelsea midfield player who captains the side when Reece James isn't playing. At his best. Argentina still have it. The Chelsea midfield player who captains the side when Reece James isn't playing. Of course, they're not exactly the same part of the pitch, but they're very much opponents here today. Romero. Into Julian Alvarez, who scored that wonderful, wasn't the final goal of the quarterfinals, but it's the penultimate one. Simeone has made the run, but you wouldn't need to wait for the advanced semi-automated offside call, and there's another area of confrontation.
I think Jordan Pickford saying it's our ball, we want to get on with the game, but
there are ways of doing it.
Correct.
That just inflames it.
I don't see the point of him getting involved in doing that, to be perfectly honest.
The referee might have got a booking for Simeone by leaving it rather than becoming possibly the aggressor. I'm sure you'll all be watching and listening with the views on the sportsmanship of it, but it's quite a scrap, and that's the way it's going to carry on. And England with Gordon looking dangerous. Spence is right up there with him. Gordon's still going, slightly indulged, I think, at the end.
Yes, one too many hits it. Romero got dragged out the middle of that Argentinian defence there and was nowhere.
That's a lovely piece of passing by Argentina. Haven't really flexed their attacking muscles yet. James is across, and he's caught out by Alvarez. Unfortunately for England, well, they'll stay in play here. And this James, didn't see him coming. Here's Paredes. Holding midfield players know how to set off the patterns of play that Argentina have used successfully. They've scored plenty of goals, Andy, haven't they? 17.
Oh, yeah, they have. No, as I mentioned, I think sometimes when they've got in front in matches, they've sat off the game a little. But, Martin, when they really go for it, they can knock a few in just a few minutes. Make no mistake about that. They've got people that are very capable.
For all their early pressing, England getting everyone behind the ball when necessary. It was necessary, now they can break. Bellingham. It's a fine and fair challenge.
It's a good challenge, that one, from Paredes. He's definitely trying to get into Bellingham's face. He is.
McAllister. Referee 15 yards away from that. Argentina thought they should have had a free kick. England have got one now. Gordon started well.
Yeah, that was a crunching challenge, that one from Paredes. Caught up in anything, he just wants to focus on what he's been doing magnificently throughout the competition so far, Jude Bellingham. He's been the best midfield player, if not the best player in the competition.
James. I'm sure both sides relishing the surface that they're playing on. There is a game of football to be played. It's just a score or two to be settled. They've got good conditions under the roof, of course. This remarkable stadium. James gets it back still. Spence playing with great bravado. He hasn't always been in his club side, Jed Spence, over the past season in England.
It's really good work there from Enzo Fernandez.
There we are. There's your Rolling Stone.
Yep.
Jagger for the uninitiated, or maybe the very young. Definitely my generation.
And mine. I love him.
Yeah. I actually saw those Stones at the 1982 World Cup. It's dating them and me a bit, isn't it? The old Atletico Madrid stadium. Talking in for last World Cups. There's plenty to look at here with these two teams. Argentina have had 5 previous semi-finals. They've won them all. England, of course, have only won the one to get to that final in '66. It was against Portugal.
Tagliafico there, yeah. Plunging into that challenge, does make a bit of contact with the ball as well as taking Morgan Rogers with him.
There is a real sense of brotherhood for both these groups. There's no question about it. They're tied together by the unity of here. But something's got to be broken. James, Rodgers. England's turn to slick a few passes together amidst the tackles.
When we see both teams just start to play a bit of one touch, that's when things can happen. When you start bouncing 3 or 4 passes, one touch, first time, that's when you can get a teammate into good positions, just like that one there from Anthony Gordon.
It's a lovely ball by Kane to Rodgers. James on the overlap. Martinez escaped him just for a minor moment, not to threaten the Argentina goal. Getting into penalty area. There's been a lot of play broken up on the edge. That actually was the first real contribution in one of the penalty boxes here in the stadium. Messi, unmistakably. Oh, that's not Messi, is it? Messi with a Y. Martinez didn't make his international debut till he was 28. It's been a remarkable rise. On from Tagliafico. Here's the very willing Julian Alvarez. Work the width. Messi trying to chest it in. Anderson smelt the danger. Hasn't passed yet. It's Gay this time, and now the flag has gone up.
Yeah, you mentioned Julian Alvarez, Martin. That's one of his greatest qualities. He's got tons of skill and know-how, and as we saw with that goal in the game against Switzerland, he's got great ability, but he works and he doesn't stop running and chasing, and they need that. Argentina with Messi, who often we know that is kind of just walking around waiting for something to happen, waiting to get involved. We need someone up there who's going to really charge around, and Alvarez is so generous like that.
Rodgers trying to make a run through the middle. The ball skips away. I don't think he would have got there anyway. Thou shalt not pass was the message from Tagliafico. He's a great friend of Jude Bellingham, Morgan Rodgers. They grew up in the Birmingham area in the Midlands in England together.
Great ball, that one-touch ball there from Messi just round the corner.
Paredes lending it to one or two of his teammates. Molina had made a run down the right side, but it's Alvarez to the left. Spotted by James to block. Tagliafico. Alistair nearly losing out. Making out that an ankle was tapped by Bellingham.
His own touch, actually, it got away from him. Then he just takes that one on the top of the foot from Bellingham. He's got every right, Jude Bellingham, to go for that. The ball's there in the loose. McAllister this time just comes off second best, but he's okay.
And he's got a free kick. Again from the pain.
Centre halves going forward for this one. First time maybe we'll see this England back four tested with Romero and others who have pushed forward.
And trying to hold pretty high line. Argentina's response is to go to the right to Giuliano Simeone, who wins a corner for the world champions.
Good play, Jed Spence. Good defensive work.
Now, where have I seen him before? Sergio Aguero. Been around, right? We've seen him a few times in the tournament, haven't we?
We have indeed.
A loyal fan as well as a wonderful player for his country. Now, this is interesting. It's the first time the referee's been examined in his response to what Argentina are going to try and conjure up by any means. It's not going to be penalised to get the opening goal from a Messi corner. Pickford backpedaling. The free kick had gone. The whistle had gone for the foul.
Yeah. And Simeone was so close to him, really, and actually facing him. Look on the right side of the screen. I think that's totally unnecessary. You don't need to do that.
And we have the hydration break.
But with ongoing market volatility, more than ever, we need to stay focused on operational efficiencies and transformational initiatives.
Play for the Ultras? Game over.
Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra Zero.
We've removed the full HST on new homes and cut municipal fees, saving you up to $200,000 on a new home. It's just one way we're taking action today to make homes more affordable tomorrow. Like building homes faster by cutting red tape and partnering with municipalities to build more homes. Because by making housing more affordable today, we can get more families in more homes tomorrow.
Here goes. 1, 2, 3.
Take the pitch with FanDuel's new footy features. Bet all 120 minutes and get early payouts when your team goes up too. Live betting lets you celebrate every strike. And with FanDuel's new Super Sub, if your player is subbed out, your bet stays in. At FanDuel, every score means more. North America's #1 sportsbook and casino. FanDuel, play your game.
Croatia having led from a Kieran Trippier free kick. There's another opportunity. And they have been competitive. They've been 2 Euro finals. Obviously, the semi-final in 2018, the quarter-final, Harry Kane missed that penalty against France, which could have changed the outcome.
Correct.
They're in this envelope now.
They are. They've been knocking on the door, you're right, for some time. It's very fine margins, as we all know, to come through these games on the right side. It really is.
We're underway again. Pickford, one that was anticipated. Enzo Fernandez did well. Alvarez, actually could have.
Yeah, it was intended. It was intended for the wide run there of Enzo Fernandez. Messi thought it was a ball intended for him, but it was coming at him a bit quick and he couldn't quite take control of it. But that was a straight ball from Jordan Pickford, played into a midfield area that Argentina were waiting for it and picked it off.
Strong challenge on James by McAllister. Again, there's Thomas Tuchel needs to just be a bit careful here.
Yeah, he's going absolutely. He's apoplectically raised below us.
He is an emotional character. It's always the instance right in front of the dugouts that inflame the coaches. Argentina actually played in the very first World Cup semi-final back in 1930 against the United States, strangely enough, and they won 6-1. And the crowd was 73,000, so it wasn't a slow burner in that respect. Only 13 nations compared to 48 in this one. It's such a wonderful history. The centenary, of course, when the next World Cup comes around in 4 years' time. Anderson. Kane. Nice raking pass.
Poor ball that is. Great ball that from Harry Kane, who's not been involved an awful lot. That's why he went and dropped so deep there, just to start getting involved.
Stokes. Now Spence has had a couple of hasty breaks down that far side. Held on for a bit too long. Argentina snapping at his heels. Martinez has made a good recovery. He broke his finger playing, actually warming up for the Europa League final for Aston Villa back in May. But no sign of it as an inconvenience in this tournament. Here's Paredes, trying to boss proceedings.
He's actually started the game well, Paredes. He's made a couple of big tackles, but has been nice and neat and tidy in possession.
Tagliafico didn't start the tournament. Medina was the first choice left back for the opening couple of games. And trying to raid on that right-hand side with Molina. It's calmed down a bit. There's a former England manager, Fabio Capello, a former foreign England manager. Been too many of them. Bellingham getting a chance to impress. England fans really backing him.
Great run. Excellent work. Exactly the right thing there, Jude Bellingham. That's what I've been so impressed with him in this tournament, is he knows when to drive at the opposition. He knows when those challenges are going to come flying in at him. There's 3 blue shirts. Look, yeah, and it's well applauded by the coach. He knows it. That's important that he does that when he gets the opportunity. He hasn't really had a chance to do much of that, but when he does, he is very, very difficult to stop.
Over the half-hour mark, factoring in the hydration break. England fans in very good voice, great acoustics. Beckham with his own personal history of England against Argentina, including a winning penalty in the 2002 World Cup group stage in Japan. Watching on eagerly, and of course very much a free kick specialist. The role today with Declan Rice. England getting John Stones in round the back.
Yeah, half a chance there. Nice blighted, drifting clip from Declan Rice towards that far post, and John Stones is above Lisandro Martinez. There's a look at those, look at the grab in there that goes on and creates actually that big area for John Stones to maybe go and attack it. Just didn't get his forehead on it.
It's the first attempt of the game. Spence enthusiasm getting the better of his challenge. Nothing a foul. I guess his dad is here somewhere, but he's not sitting next to David Beckham. Okay, he's strong. He's not a confrontational person. He might be.
Yeah.
Stones.
It doesn't matter how many times, Martin, your coach and all the staff and everybody around you tell you to keep your heads, keep your cool, keep your discipline. In that split second, in that moment, sometimes something else comes over you, takes over and makes it very difficult.
It's a brilliant kick from Pickford, a lovely touch from Spence, and Gordon was nearly onto England by the most direct route. We're very nearly behind Argentina then. I think Spence was still reflecting rather than chasing, but he's there now. He's won it fairly enough against Simeone. Gordon. Another free kick England's way. They're having a good spell.
Immediately convinced the referee there, Jude Bellingham. And he's quite right. Molina there, that's reckless. He gets too tight. And that's unnecessary. Even though Argentina pride themselves on being a really tough team defensively, you don't want to concede too many free kicks in this sort of area, particularly with a team like England who have got so many tall and significant players.
It's the 9th Argentine foul. And this free kick being entrusted to Reece James, who could go for goal here.
Yeah, this one, if he hits it hard and flat, almost like a shot, and get those white shirts running across the front of it.
Defending to be done for the world champions. That's exactly what Andy Townsend described. Argentina haven't got it away yet. They might now. Rice. That gives it straight to Alvarez.
Great ball.
And now Messi. Held up, importantly, initially by Spence, but the great man is still going. Now.
It'll be a card now.
Another flashpoint.
Yeah, here it comes.
Messi ran into a roadblock. The card was just held aloft.
Yeah, not sure who that was to. I mean, great skill from Messi, wasn't it? He could have dropped it off, you know, he could have rolled it backwards, but that's what I mean. He's been in this scenario so many, countless times, thousands of times over the years where he's second best to come out with the ball, but he somehow does.
Elliot Anderson gets the card. Kane went in. Gordon went in.
Yeah, that is a yellow card challenge, it is.
Yep.
Elliot Anderson knows exactly what he's doing there. That's a dangerous one.
Well, it has taken 37 minutes for the first card, so the referee, I think, has kept his patience well, but he had no alternative then. And Messi's over the free kick. And this ball, when hit, has stayed hit, but I think it's far too far out even for someone as talented as the taker. Because he took a shorter route. Now he might have a crack. He does. Enzo Fernandez.
He hit that well. He hit that very sweet, Enzo Fernandez. They feel that Jordan Pickford or someone got a touch on it along the way, but he hit this one nice. Didn't see much contact there. It's definitely not been touched by Jordan Pickford. Looks like the right decision, goal kick.
But that's the football for you, this World Cup football. it gives you value, shall we say, for your shooting. We've had plenty of goals from outside the penalty area, 41 in fact, out of 294. It's a good percentage.
It is. Better little spell for Argentina, this. Last 5-6 minutes in particular, Messi's got involved because he hadn't seen anything up to half an hour, but they've got him in and around the game now in this last little spell, and they look better for it.
Tactically, the game being slowed down. It's nothing to do with the heat. It's temperature very regulated in this indoor arena. Doesn't feel very indoor, does it? But we do have the roof. And the games here and in Dallas have been excellent because of that air conditioning. And by Simeone. Messi trying to work a way through. That was very good covering by Rice. Declan on deck when needed. It's almost as if the Argentina feel that they can control the ball, but at a slower tempo.
Yeah.
They can't maybe match the quickness of England's breaking through midfield. Maybe they've got the guile. They've certainly got the experience, and they've got Messi. Alvarez. Romero. Here is Messi. Gave and went, but didn't get it back again. Taliafico. England being moved around to keep their eyes on the men they're supposed to be marking, as well as on the ball, which is with Alvarez. Now Simeone. Nicely worked. They're not behind England. They haven't really threatened Pickford, except for that long ranger from Enzo Fernandez. This is where England hope to use the transition. It's a great strength from Morgan Rogers.
Yeah, had to be a card there because Anthony Gordon was wide open down the left side. And that's exactly the right tactic for England. It was that pass from Messi that was intercepted, and Morgan Rogers very good at this, very good at travelling with the ball.
Yellow card issued to Argentina, number 6,
Sandro Martinez. Popping the card. Here's Spence. Not made, of course, of Romero. Is not too far away from him. James. Fernandez, who is a shrewd user of the ball.
Yeah, did well there because Giuliano Simeone well offside, so he just slowed it down and went to Molina, which was the right call.
Messi. Oh, one back for England by Anderson, who was carrying the card and couldn't afford any mistakes. Bellingham trying to go through the gears here, trying to go through Argentina's defending.
Good work actually from Romero there, as he followed Bellingham all the way, and then he didn't want to let Bellingham get up and run and get his head up. Good challenge. I do think England, Martin, need to try and have a little bit more possession, control possession themselves, not just waiting for the turnover every time.
Goes out off Simeone, who's providing legs there that Rodrigo de Paul wouldn't be able to do, you feel. Although, of course, he's been cast in the role not just of right-sided midfielder, but Messi's minder as well. So Leo's unguarded in that sense today. And Scaloni made that decision. Played in the World Cup, 2006. It's his last cap, actually. And played in England, played in an FA Cup final, no less, for West Ham United. Stones has played in many a cup final. I'm hoping to add a World Cup final to his list.
Yeah, I think the more Elliot Anderson, Declan Rice get on the ball, the better they get this guy, Bellingham, involved, and Harry Kane, more importantly, who, again, who hasn't really seen much of the ball yet, not had any sort of chance to get his head up and try and work Emi Martinez.
Anderson. James trying to turn it into a fine ball, as he has done a couple of times. Harry Kane pass out to him, which worked. That one didn't quite. We're heading towards half-time. It's a great time it will be to score. Bellingham spreads his arm in disbelief that that wasn't a foul. Minor contacts go, because there are plenty of major ones.
There will be a minimum of 3 minutes.
3 added minutes. It's the hydration break minutes.
Better finish to the half for England. This playing in Argentina's half of the field. Just looking to try and pick out Bellingham or Kane in a little bit of space.
Here is Kane. Not in much space. Rice. Is it tempting fate, Andy, to say it's settled down a bit?
Well, look, again, I don't think it's ever going to be too far away from this one boiling over. I think it can happen at any given point, but haven't had too many genuine attempts on goal. Neither goalkeeper really been tested yet.
The goalkeepers certainly have been tested, not been a shot on target yet.
Yeah.
James. Rogers. In the right side berth, head of Nonu Madueke and Bukayo Saka. Pickford, the quarterback. Stadium for the Atlanta Falcons, if you know your NFL. Offside. And also for Atlanta United in the Major League Soccer. And big news from that department here in the United States. They're going to switch to a winter conventional season, not play through the summer. The season after next, they're going to have a shortened season and then go again. Thomas Tuchel will be telling his troops how to go again in the second half with those notes. They're not at half-time just yet. Kane. High foot from Paredes. Now there's antagonism from the Argentina dugout. A free kick given. Very much the closing seconds of the first half here in Atlanta. Second semi-final. Spencer's has some good forward surges. England allowed to still go here, and be time to take the corner? I don't think so. Well, it's been a first half with Enzo Fernandez having a crackerjack of a shot. A first half with plenty of bite, maybe a little bit of spite, and occasionally a light touch, but not many of those, certainly not in an attacking sense. And we reach the break. No nearer knowing who Spain will face in the final. England 0, Argentina 0.
Say hi to the Lees and their newest family member, the Kia EV5. Gordon has a lot to do and appreciates looking great while doing it. And Sophia is sporty, very sporty. When she's not on the field, she's gaming on it. Yes. All five get what they want in the EV5 and a little more.
Kia, movement that inspires.
There's dreaming about it, and then there's experiencing it with Amex Platinum. The trip you imagined becomes unimaginably real. You're seated at the hottest table in town. And just like that, you've scored access to pre-sale tickets, and you're singing every word. For a life like no other, you need a card like no other. There's nothing like Amex.
A creamy Parmesan and bacon quarter pounder? There literally are no words for the quarter pounder fans.
Let's go home.
The Odyssey in theaters everywhere Friday.
We are deep into stoppage time. Oh, they must be careful here. No! But hang on, they are checking it. It's going to be in the hands of the VAR.
This is it. Next goal wins. Cool.
You're a great actor. I'll give you that.
Well, I mean, this is my typing hand. This is how I type.
This is the Coca-Cola halftime in Atlanta in the semi-final of the World Cup. It is 0-0 between England and Argentina. It has been, I think, fair to say, quite a battle between these two after 45 minutes of play. As we take a look at the first half stats, 55% possession for Argentina. No shots on target, but 19 fouls between the two of these teams and 2 yellow cards, one apiece in the first half of play. It's reminding me of those games we called in Copa America a couple of years ago. Maybe lacking in actual quality and certainly in goal-mouth chances, but plenty of Kev shenanigans that he likes to see.
I call it shenanigans. I've been told by the bosses here I can't use the correct term, so I'll stick with shenanigans for now. And there's been a lot of shenanigans going on in this game. There really has. It started from the first,
20 seconds, 30 seconds into the game, wasn't it, Stevie, where we saw Elliot Anderson on the ball here, and they invite the pressure, and it's just McAllister, little elbow. We saw that type of foul 4 or 5 times across the course of this game.
This is 15 seconds later, Kev.
Paredes on Bellingham, Stevie. We saw it all the time, didn't we? We expected it. We expected Argentina to play like this. They're quite content with not having a settled game. They want it to be stopped at times, slow the game down as much as possible. And Messi hasn't had much to say in the game, but he's had 2 or 3 moments, hasn't he?
2 or 3 moments. He's been mixing it as well. He's had the bad foul from Anderson that resulted in a yellow card that we'll see in a second or two come up. But it's so scrappy. And as you said, Kev, probably plays into Argentina's hands. I think they wanted the game to be like this. If you love football, you have to love this, because it should be harder, Tiba, to get into a World Cup final, and it should be grueling, and no quarter should be given, and that's exactly what we've seen.
Yeah, it's exactly the kind of game Argentina wants. And we've seen it right from the beginning. No, it's just very stop and go, no flow in the game, and we've seen that this type of football suits Argentina. And England is now matching them with that, right? They don't want to back away, so they're playing physical. Now it's going to be that moment of magic from an individual. Somebody's going to have to step up and say, let's play a little bit of football. Okay, we stay aggressive, but we got to have that moment where we can create something and get a goal. Right?
England have turned into Uruguay or Colombia for this game, haven't they? They just want, they want to mix it. They want to get involved.
They've mixed it well. They have.
How's Ismail Elfas done so far, the MLS referee?
He's done okay. It's a very difficult game to ref, I have to say. He's done okay. I think at times he's been delaying, he's been waiting. We don't know what he's waiting for. Maybe it's some word from his assistant referee or someone in his ear, because it has been difficult. There's been 4 or 5 times where he's had either it's Messi or it's Enzo Fernandez or it's Elliot Anderson. Somebody's in his ear trying to influence this game.
Are England looking to go long from Pickford, Kev, to try and get out here?
Yeah, because they're finding it very difficult, Luke, to play out from the back. We can see the pressure that Argentina are putting on them as a back four when they're in possession of the ball. So what we've seen from Jordan Pickford a few times, Luke, is this. He's trying to suck them on, so the Argentina forwards and attackers are getting quite close to him, and he's hitting that pass, Stevie, isn't he? Because they're trying to break the press that Argentina's putting on them and then try and get the second ball.
Yeah, and it's mainly a direct ball to either Gordon off the left or Morgan off the right, and to try and obviously get through and goal, but that is going to be difficult. And then, as you said, Kev, the break of the ball, the second ball, this was Gordon's big chance, and he probably should have done better there. His touch was off, and yes, it has been a tactic to draw Argentina onto them. Very difficult to play up from the back for both sides, and then both trying to go long, play off scraps, and then use their quality.
Enzo Fernandez probably with the best chance, maybe the only chance of the first half for Argentina, Atiba. We haven't seen much from them going forward, have we?
Yeah, we haven't seen much. Nobody has settled down and really tried to play football. I think the first idea from these players was to win the battle first, as we kind of spoke about pre-game, and just no flow. You know, nobody's making movements in behind. Nobody's trying to break lines here, and I mean, defensively, everyone's just tackling players, and sometimes the referee's letting it play. I think we've seen from Messi that he didn't win 2 tackles early on in the game, and you've seen he had to fight off 2 or 3 players and stay up, which is what he's going to have to do a lot more of.
It might take that, Atiba, to open the game up, a shot from 25 yards that actually opens the game up here, because it is so condensed in the middle of the park, isn't it?
It's another break of the ball, though, isn't it? Just to come back to him and then take the shot on. Messi takes a pretty reckless shot even for him before it. So, again...
New York, New Jersey Stadium, home of the 2026 World Cup Final, where for the first time in World Cup history there will be a half-time show. Don't miss a moment of the action. Starting with our 3-hour pre-game show Sunday, coverage begins at 12 Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. As we continue back to Atlanta, where it's been a nail-biting first half for David Beckham, England and Argentina tied 0-0.
If you're looking for the future of football, it's gonna be me. Capaz que no sabe quién soy todavía. Pero pronto lo vas a saber.
Aw, that's cute. I'm gonna be so big. I won't even be able to walk down the street.
The future is already here. Next starts now.
Hey, I know BMO is the official bank of Canada Soccer, but do they really know soccer?
Does an ETF compound over time?
I have no idea.
It does.
The rap, okay? Everything starts with the rap.
That's a burrito.
Now you thinking like a winner. We go again in 10.
Barburi, built for craves.
Do you call it soccer, or do you call it football?
Really?
You're right, who gives a... It doesn't matter what you call it. 90 minutes is what matters. The odds matter. The next goal. The same game parlay. When you bet matters. Soccer or football? Move on. Because the beautiful game has a million shifting factors. Canada's premier betting destination for the world's game. Bet with Sports Interaction.
At Global X, we know the future exists wherever ideas collide. Those intersections don't just change industries, they create what's next. That's where we build our ETFs, at the points where it all takes shape. So you can invest in your future with confidence. Global X, where innovation meets investing.
Getting set for the second half, England and Argentina tied at 0-0 in Atlanta. Still waiting for the teams to make their way back out the second 45, but here does come Lionel Messi leading out Argentina. Do you expect them to change at all in this second half, Kevin, in terms of the way they've approached this game?
No, I don't expect them to change personnel. I don't expect them to change tactically, Luke. I think it will be pretty much the same, and I think England will probably play the same way as well. It will be about maybe getting through the next 15 minutes, I feel, Atiba, trying to make sure that you don't concede, stay in the game, and then you may be able to build from that with substitutions that come into the match.
Yeah, 100%. It's don't get scored on in the first 5-10 minutes. Yeah, that's so important right now. Continue to do what you're doing, win that battle, as we keep speaking about, and then when you get your chances, you have to take them.
Remember going back to Copa a couple of years ago, Argentina a bit late taking the field.
Very late.
I remember, England as well.
England going slowly though here today. I wonder if they were just waiting to make sure that Argentina got out there before they came out for the second half. Martin Tyler and Andy Townsend with the call.
Well, because it's been very tight. Occasionally it's threatened to break out into a real contest, a real football match, and then it's slowed down a bit. And we've been bogged down with some tackles, some interruptions to play. But I think as the game goes on, inevitably there's going to be more room, and the best players, if they can get on that ball, will use it.
Argentina have scored 3 in each of their last 4 games out here, and in 5 of the 6 games at the World Cup, and he's been right in the thick of that. But after 10 clean sheets in 11, they've conceded in each of their last 4, which is a factor to give England encouragement. England, of course, with this 11, have only got the 6 of the best men, Kane and Bellingham, as World Cup goal scorers in this tournament. It is amazing Messi's never played against England before. Actually made his debut in the fixture before the last England-Argentina contest in 2005, but he got sent off on his debut and was suspended. Imagine that. Leo Messi, who you read all about him, sent off after 45 seconds of his debut as a substitute, and he missed the next game, which happened to be Argentina v England. Nothing yet decisive, nothing yet really dynamic. And looks like we're going to have a retake. We're going to do the countdown again. And want the ball back in the centre spot. Waiting for the whistle, which didn't happen last time. And early, right into that Argentina penalty, or at least on the edge from Pickford towards Kane. Nice touch from Messi. Alvarez.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Martin, just before half-time, I think England, with Rice and Anderson and Bellingham, I think they can perhaps dominate a little bit more of the ball rather than sitting waiting for the turnover and then attacking from there, which, look, they've used very well in the tournament. They've been very dangerous from that sort of situation, but I just think they can dominate. Perhaps McAllister and this man Paredes played very well. Be very interesting if Paredes, who likes to commit to challenges, he gets a yellow card, it drastically alters his game, because he's all about intimidation and threatening people in the football way, in the right way. That's what he does particularly well. If he's on a card, you cannot do that.
Well, Anderson has the same problem. He has the problem.
He does.
Paredes doesn't have it yet.
Correct. And Anderson has got to be careful. He'll want to get close to Enzo Fernandez and others around him in there. But you know, you put one foot out of place, you trip someone up, you're on a yellow card, you could be making that long walk to the dressing room and put the whole thing at risk.
It's a nice little guided touch by Simeone. Alvarez gets his shot in. Pickford has to make the save.
Great save.
It's sneaking in by the near post. Alvarez again. Worse angle. And just that was reflected where the ball ended up. But just when England kicked off and got the ball, a corner's been given here.
Yeah, the referee wasn't sure, in fairness. The referee wasn't sure it was a corner, but Argentina appealed for it, and then he just pointed to the corner. But great play from Julian Alvarez. I mean, such a tight angle. It's going to take something incredible to beat Pickford from there, but I don't see a touch there, do you?
Well, no, if it isn't a corner, it should be given as a goal kick. That's the new VAR point of reference. But a corner it is, so something was detected. And mindful of England's height, the ball not just tossed into the box, now by Messi from a different angle. Still wide by Bellingham. Gordon can't get onto it. And now Messi. It broke for Messi. There's no flag, and he's seen off. A bit of strength and determination by Bellingham. Yeah. Not short in either capacity.
It's that challenge from Paredes. Look at Messi. He's onside. He's good. He is onside. Excellent work, Jude Bellingham again. When Messi's backing you into the 18-yard box, you've got to get it right. He's done it perfectly.
There is a stat floating around, and there are plenty of them in this World Cup, that Messi has walked for 47% of the time he's been on the pitch in these matches here in the USA. But I'd like a comparative stat with somebody, you know, who's not seen as a strolling player, really, to see what the mean is. Everybody walks at some time, but he does pick his moments. That's the point that it makes, really.
the other 53%, Martin. He's normally doing something pretty useful.
The work of a genius. Yeah. Here's Gordon. Stopped by Romero, but England have got in behind the Spurs centre-back. But the Spurs full-back, Jed Spence.
You know, a couple of times in the first half, Jed Spence, when he went at Molina, he went past him quite straightforward. And again there, England full-back, heading for the dead ball line, and Molina struggling to cope.
Bellingham nearly got there, might still. Simeone, it's a wayward one in a dangerous area. Gordon. Anderson under pressure from the willing Alvarez. Gay. Ball back for Argentina. Kane deep for England. Rodgers worked hard to get it in. Ignored. He could have played it to Reece James, who's going to get a touch here. No foul.
That's good play, Tagliafico. That's a risky ball. Wow. Well played, Romero. Great footwork there, because that was a really risky one played to him under pressure in his own box.
That was the only way he could get out of trouble, and he did it superbly. And then the ball forward, trying to bring Simeone into play.
Has to be a card.
Yeah, for Romero. So after an excellent piece of play, finds himself in trouble.
It's in those moments where they're vulnerable, and I think they sense that, particularly when Bellingham picks the ball up. Here's that tremendous bit of footwork on the significant threat there. Christian Romero, really good play, but seconds later he gets a yellow, and for someone like him as well, that can be tricky, him on a yellow card, because he likes to, everything in front of him, wants to go and win it. Just might have to take a breath and pause now.
All I can say is that plenty of practice playing with a yellow card hanging over him. But here's Gordon. England looking lively. Anderson. I do feel that Argentina are reasonably happy defending deep. Keeps the speed that England have out of contention, really. But when they're pushed up to the halfway line, as they are now, England could get away, but Simeone...
Romero's just hit the floor, I think, in a situation with Jude Bellingham. As well.
And Simeone committed the most fouls of any Argentine player in the first half, 5. Like father, like son.
Well, he's a competitive boy.
Yeah.
There is no doubt about that. He likes to be in the thick of it.
And it looks a good selection in terms of dealing with some of England's speed, but Spence is quicker than him. He's quicker than anybody today. So credit the England choice as well from Thomas Tuchel. Here's Alvarez, though. Hasn't always been in the team in this tournament. Second to Lautaro Martinez at the start, as he did in 2022. He's worked his way into that indispensable category. Messi. Simeone. Molina flashes it across. Gordon gets it away, not very far. Argentina come again. Sandro Martinez. There's also a yellow card from the first half. Simeone. Paredes. Really drilled that across.
I think he almost wanted to kind of fade that one a little bit with the outside of his boot, hit it hard, and see if somebody can potentially get on the end of that.
He, of course, will preside over the final. Gianni Infantino wondering, like we all are, who Spain will meet. If it's England, of course, a rerun of the Euro 2024 final 2 years ago, which Oyarzabal has been in great form here, scored the winning goal right at the end.
I mean, they give as good a team performance yesterday, Martin, didn't they? Spain against that French team, as we've seen from any team. They were terrific.
Kane saw the run of Rodgers, couldn't quite find it, but there's a backup here. Rodgers is cross. Gordon coming in! Anthony Gordon! Right place, right time. England lead in the semi-final. The world champions are on the ropes.
And I mentioned about space, and we're starting to see a little bit more of it appear. It's Harry Kane who serves it forward. Tagliafico does well. Now look, Declan Rice, first time, great ball out to Rodgers. Watch Anthony Gordon at the bottom of the screen. Molina doesn't know whether he's running around the front of him or coming around the back of him. He chooses the latter, and he controls that finish absolutely perfectly. Eyes on the ball, pick it up off that fast surface, and just guide it past Martinez, who has no chance whatsoever with that. It's a brilliant England goal.
In a flash, Gordon. 1-0 England. But the point we were saying, when Argentina sit back deep, they can defend. But when they push up, England break with pace and break through.
Very important there. You've seen a player going down the right side, Martin, whipping a dangerous ball in, and the player on the opposite side of the field looking to get inside that back post. If you get in there and make a fast run, and the defenders square and a bit static as Molina was, then you can punish them, and Anthony Gordon could not have timed that any better. It was perfect.
England led in their last World Cup semi-final against Croatia, and it didn't pan out, but they could double their money here, or Kane couldn't take it on. Argentina rattled, but Messi isn't. And here comes Simeone, the chance to hit back straight away.
What a challenge.
Fantastic tackle from Jed Spence, who knows what it meant and how much it took. Talk about his speed. There it is again.
What a tackle that is. The Simeone is about to hit that and maybe get Argentina back in the game. You get that wrong, you're conceding a penalty, maybe even getting a red. Jed Spence there, that's a proper challenge, that.
Corner for Argentina, who certainly won't take conceding the opening goal lying down. In by Messi again, defended by Kane.
So England know here that they're going to have to defend very well, because this team in blue are going to keep pouring forward.
Martinez. What England have and what Argentina know, because they've just experienced this, is that pace on the break and losing possession when you're seeking an opening here could be very costly, but it's a ball that judges well enough. But, yeah, I believe it was left on him. Have a look here.
Great ball, Morgan Rodgers, brilliant ball in. Anthony Gordon, Molina doesn't really know exactly where he is, and the first time that Molina saw Anthony Gordon, he was putting it in the net.
England present delighting England past. Not the first time he scored past Emi Martinez. But here's Messi. Not for long. Out to Paredes. McAllister. Argentina fighting for their crown here. And Kane very nearly got caught where he shouldn't get caught. Game on. Messi. Paredes. Argentina upping their attacking play. They need to. Simeone. Retrieved by Tagliafico here. He's wasted no time in doing that. Fernandez. Molina, who got caught out with Gordon's darting run for the goal. Romero. Fernandez.
It's a waste. England will be happy if people are going to take shots from that sort of difference. Look, I know Enzo Fernandez can hit them well, but that's exactly what you want if you're an England player. From that sort of angle, anything hit, you'd expect Jordan Pickford to be a match for it.
So far, compliments to Thomas Tuchel. Morgan Rogers in the team.
Yes, indeed.
And Jed Spence defending superbly as well. Rogers, clearly Gordon timed his run to perfection. But you don't become world champions without having bags of fight as well as tons of ability. As Andy quite rightly said, the comeback against Egypt was the epitome of the team refusing to give up on a tournament that they graced 4 years ago. 3.5 years to be technically correct. Messi was the star of that. One of the stars of this, but not the only one. Little rat-a-tat of passes. Enzo Fernandez. McAllister. Sandro Martinez.
Look at those white shirts, Martin. Across the edge of that 18-yard box. They've shown already in the tournament, particularly against Mexico when they were down to 10, that they can stand there, England, and happily deal with crosses. It's just that bit of one touch and that inventiveness that Messi provides. Can that be the spark that finally finds a way through?
Paredes. Alvarez. No way through. I wonder when Dan Burn might be summoned. He's got England across the line in the last couple of games. Giant defender from Newcastle. Spence, well, they miscalculated with that one, but helped out by James's header. This is where England can break and want to break and keep Argentina honest at the back.
I think the England plan seems to be get to the next break. Come at a good time for them, wouldn't it? Argentina throwing. Simeone shoulder to shoulder with Spence. The referee said take it again. In fact, there's going to be a substitution down there. Nico Gonzalez, he's going to come on for Argentina. Not just yet. Oh yes, he is. They are making the change. It is a straight swap with Nico Gonzalez coming on for Leandro Paredes. So one midfield fireman replaces another. He will do the same job sitting in front of the defenders. Might just be a little bit more ambitious with the way he plays. Actually, he's gone to the left-hand side for now. So Fernandez will drop back. Yeah, that's what it looks like. See England shape there. For the back, and Bellingham dropping into the midfield as well. That will just allow them to play Alvarez a little bit more centrally as well. Lisandro Martinez of Manchester United. To Fernandez of Chelsea. Here's Messi. Lovely ball from Messi. Gonzalez at the back post. And Rice will shield the ball from two who are after him. And play it against McAllister for a goal kick. This is going to be a long watch.
Watch John Stones here. Watch John Stones' reaction to that. If he's not alive and alert and concentrating, England will get punished. That is brilliant defending. They lose the first ball, but he makes sure he wins the second one.
John Stones have no fixed abode club-wise right now. He's left Manchester City, but I'd be amazed if the 19 other Premier League clubs don't want him. There's Gahey. Spence to Kane. Kane over to James. What a ball, what a spot. Rice. Rice is going to hit it. He didn't hit it hard enough. And with Rodgers and with Bellingham closing in, as he is so prone to doing, it was a good claim by Martinez and a really good reclaim by Rice. He was having that. Now it's Harry Kane. And it's going to go for Martinez to gather.
Oh, but the ping from Harry Kane out to Reece James to the right-hand side was brilliant again. Again, a little bit of joy in behind their full-backs.
Rodgers with a foul on Tagliafico. Messi. Oh, brilliantly done. He's drifted past Gordon as though he wasn't there, and away from Anderson. Here's Gonzalez. Rice punts it behind Argentina corner. Well, the change that Scaloni made is paying dividends for Argentina. Gonzalez on a slightly different shape. They look all the more likely to score for it.
Well, Gonzalez, without doubt, was looking back into Messi rather than trying to play it across the 6-yard box, but he's trying to pull it back to him.
Messi to take this next corner. In from Messi. Pickford started to come, thought better of it. Simeone. That's Tagliafico winning another corner for Argentina.
Concentration from England is superb at this moment in time. Yeah, they're under pressure. But look at the way they're not giving anyone any space, anyone any free time to put balls into the box. There's a player on them straight away. It's hard work, but they've got to do it, and they're doing it well.
Messi. Pickford's got two hands to it. Gordon has the time to steady himself and lift it clear. Messi to start from the touchline. Really good ball, really good save. The header close to Pickford, but my goodness, his reactions were razor sharp.
Brilliant ball in from Messi. Great header. Gonzalez, I think it is, but that is superb. Look at his reactions, how quick he's down, Pickford. Gets that right hand to it and is able to push it away.
And it's time for the second half hydration break with England a goal to the good in the World Cup semi-final against Argentina. I'm sure you don't need reminding, well, maybe about the first one. The third place playoff, or the bronze match, I think it's called now, Saturday evening, and that will be live from keep everything crossed. Sunday night, kickoffs at 8 p.m. UK time, New York, New Jersey Stadium.
That power. As the world races towards clean energy, Canada's government will use our natural advantage to build world-class energy projects that bring down costs, create thousands of new jobs, and lower emissions. We'll build a cleaner future in a way that only Canada can. A message from the Government of Canada.
Guys, I hate to break it to you, but we don't have enough Lay's for the game.
Let's go to the store then.
We cannot go in there. It's 2-pack.
Just 2-pack.
Hi, how you doing? We were having an awesome viewing party, and if you had Lay's, you can come with us.
How are you?
Chips? No Lay's, no game. He has them! Try to get the whole carton.
Welcome. Grab the door.
Buenas.
You going back home for the games?
Oh, I wish.
Hey!
Tap in. Tap in.
Across the pond, please.
Sorry, mate. Don't go south of the river.
Easy. Let's go.
Hey, we're playing hockey here.
Not anymore, kiddo. This way to the stadium? Everything's a tap-in with Visa.
If I eat poulet rouge every day and change like one topping each time, how long would it take to taste everything? Centuries?
His tackle and Gordon's goal, keeping the score, creating the score, and sustaining the score for Thomas Tuchel's team. And the change involves the goal scorer going off as Riconsa, who was left out, and in the team. And John Stones is just shrugging his shoulders, saying, "What do you want to do now? What's happening here?" Is Reece James playing midfield, maybe? But first of all, we've got to tell you about a raft of changes. Montiel is a right back. DePaul, we know, plays wide right. Otamendi plays in the middle at the back. They're not going for youth here. Montiel actually scored the penalty that won the World Cup in the shootout against France in Qatar 2022. Otamendi's played for decades.
Yeah, lots of changes for both teams. And we'll see exactly how they're shaping up over this next minute or two, but no time to wait.
Rice goes in. Argentina with the throw. His opposite number now is on the pitch, Montiel. A very short spell in England with Nottingham Forest, not very successful. He's known, should we say, known to the opposition. Messi. Spence is there. Alvarez. Fico coming up in support. Gonzalez Drag defenders away. Messi and Montiel in a great crossing position here. And England had numbers back, not necessarily all in the right place.
Clever little delivery that from Montiel. It was Alexis McAllister, one of the smaller guys in that 18-yard box, but he made a really nice run. Just the cross just beat him.
Here's DePaul. Romero. Tagliafico. Montiel again. England on defensive duty. And to sustain the discipline against a team desperate to unhinge the organisation. Montiel. Messi still doing it from deeper. Enzo Fernandez. DePaul. It's a good cross. Oh, it's hit the post.
Wow.
England a whisker away from losing the lead. Argentina redoubling their efforts. DePaul, it's another cross coming in here from Montiel. Kane tries to alleviate the pressure unsuccessfully. Alvarez. Montiel still waiting on the right. He's made an impact already at right back, the substitute. In from DePaul. Pickford. Oh, and it did bobble away. McAllister was, I think, entitled to have a go.
He is entitled, yeah. Well, the first header from Alexis McAllister. I mean, if it's 6 inches inside that post, it flies in the back of the net. It was a brilliant ball in from Rodrigo DePaul, and McAllister timed his run perfectly. He's good at that, very, very clever at that, and he got on the end of it with absolute exquisite timing. Watch this. He's totally unmarked. If it's another 6 inches inside that, less than that even, it goes in. Very, very unlucky.
The challenge is coming to the team who are leading. DePaul. Otamendi. Messi. Montiel. This time he doesn't cross it. DePaul, who with that beautiful ball in. For McAllister. Fernandez. Messi. Here's Gonzalez. Well, they're winning balls in the air, and England are surviving just about.
He's got a score there. That's an unbelievable pass from Messi. It's a great run from Gonzalez. Flag up anyway, actually. Watch that run at the top of the screen. Oh, I tell you what, it's a tight call. It's a very, very tight call. But having got his head on the end of that, he's got to try and loop that over Jordan Pickford into the far post.
Still a good 15 minutes to go.
Since their goal, England haven't really had a kick.
No, there was 2.5 minutes after the goal where Spence made that wonderful recovering tackle. And Argentina have been put on the gas pretty much since then. And here it comes again.
Challenge that, Esri Konsa.
Been a real chop and change the right back job for England in this tournament. Messi trying to be the architect again. No foul. This is what England want, the counter-attack from Bellingham. Kane up with him. It's Rodgers rather. Rodgers going for goal. And in a position where he's probably a bit more comfortable, but he made the goal from the right, didn't he?
He certainly did.
Yeah.
Did it brilliantly off the other side, but he's good in that position. It was Messi that was looking for the foul, didn't get it. And I think that'll happen again, Martin. That sort of situation for England will present itself once more. I'm pretty sure of that. They've just got to make sure they try and keep Argentina out this end.
Alvarez. Messi. The movement in the box that England have got to deal with. No good having a lot of tall players if you can't stick tight to your man when the crosses come in. And as Andy so rightly said, Alexis McAllister is very good, making beautifully timed late runs. He's waiting on the edge of the area again. Static this time. Appreciating the cross might not come. Look for a moment or two anyway. Need a bit of retrieving by Enzo Fernandez. Tagliafico. Lautaro Martinez is getting ready to come on. Montiel. Rodrigo de Paul. Fernandez. Messi squirming. And comes round the back to Rodrigo de Paul. Is that dangerous play? Not seen so. Is it a foul there? It is by Gonzalez on Kane. As Lautaro Martinez comes on for Tagliafico, striker for the left back. Yeah. Needs must for Argentina.
Yeah, they're going all out now. Of course they are. Some really brave defending back there from England, but they're having to because Argentina are really testing them. They're putting some wonderful crosses into that box. Montiel has crossed it more times than anybody else in the game. He's only been on for 10 minutes. There's that one coming in there from Tagliafico, just evading Alexis McAllister. Great touch there, Martin, wasn't it? And this is the foul.
Well, with Reece James, you're never quite sure whether it's something that might affect the final. Should it be the final for England? That is a tempting fate remark.
Well,
I apologise for that. So it is time for Dan Burn.
Yeah, not surprised at all because of the amount of crosses that Argentina are putting in the box. It looks like he's just walking off holding that right leg a little bit tenderly there, Reece James.
And another tall player.
Correct.
Nico O'Reilly. Declan Rice, I think, is being shepherded off. Of course, we have these substitution rules that I don't think have really been enforced, that you have to go off very rapidly. When players are tired, it's ridiculous to try and enforce it, but I think generally it was a point where people were wasting time. Rice has given his all. O'Reilly, if Manchester City is on.
It's an interesting one, Martin. Elliot Anderson on a yellow card. And I know that Declan Rice has had a few issues, hasn't he, with illness, etc.
Time is the friend of England, the enemy of Argentina. To alter the face of this semi-final. So far as a smiling face for the European nation. Messi. De Paul. Here's Enzo Fernandez. Rodrigo de Paul. Telegraphed it too much.
De Paul shapes to shoot, and O'Reilly with a very, very important first contribution and a good second as well.
What he's brought on for, just to bring a little bit of energy Much needed energy to that midfield. Conte has to get across. It's Nico Gonzalez back to Julian Alvarez. De Paul. Messi. Pickford was watching it. He knew where it was going.
He knew exactly where it was going. Bit too much.
Knew what Messi was trying to do as well.
But you're right, Martin, what you said in terms of Nico O'Reilly coming on along with Dan Burn, the height that England have got now.
Argentina are not finished. Fernandez was a fair way out. Needed an intervention from the fingertips of Jordan Pickford.
Yeah, good strike, straight at Jordan Pickford. That's one that he's always going to get. Probably always thought it might be just going over the bar, but has to make sure.
Well, these short corners more often than not as he gets into the penalty area. This one's on target. This one's an absolute beauty. He had the sighter, and now he's smashed in the equaliser. Enzo Fernandez. It's 1-1 in Atlanta.
What a strike. You can't say they don't deserve it. They do. They do deserve to be back on level terms, and that is some hit from Enzo Fernandez. It's a brilliant strike. They go short again to Rodrigo de Paul. Oh, whoa. Is this going to be offside? It's Messi offside when he receives that again. That's a big call. He might be, you know. The shot. The strike is unbelievable, but I wonder whether Messi is offside. Would we know by now? We probably would. Great goal. Brilliant hit.
Oh, the referee's got his hand to his ear. So as we assess the spectacular nature of the shot, what went before? Looks as though it's a goal given.
Stunner. Absolute stunner.
Is it Jay from Croatia came back to win 2-1? It's the response of champions.
It is. They've done exactly the same as they did when they were backs to the wall against Egypt. Then they show a different face. They have another level that they hit. And that's a wonderful strike, that is, from Enzo Fernandez. Top draw.
For Lionel Messi, a goal or an assist in each of his last 11 World Cup games. It's amazing. He is amazing. And Argentina are remarkably resilient. England were edging towards New York.
And it's listen, when you're 1-0 up and you keep looking up at the clock and you're seeing the minutes start to evaporate, it's human nature to start to backpedal onto the edge of your box. And they just gave Enzo Fernandez too much room there. But boy, what a hit. You've still got a lot to do from that sort of range, and it's some strike.
Messi. England aerially under pressure again. And the referee, well, if you're an Argentina player, you go, why? We're all going to be onside. But the referee stopped it.
Argentina players are not happy. John Stones has to blow the whistle. Has to blow the whistle.
There's a picture from an elderly Englishman which tells the story for all Englishmen and ladies.
I mean, to be honest, there's nothing there. John Stones, that's a routine header for him. But he's not the first player that does that. Heads it, goes down and gets the game stopped. What a hit.
Well, it was placement as well as power.
Yeah,
and that is the package, isn't it?
Correct. I mean, Jordan Pickford has made some incredible saves this tournament. Not just today, but he's not getting that. Not getting anywhere near that one.
Goals have come late, and a lot of them throughout the whole tournament, not just the late ones, have come from outside the box. They are responding to the chief cheerleader, the leader of the gang.
England have to dig very, very deep now. They do. They've got to weather this continual wave that's coming at them in blue, and then try and find the strength and the resources to get forward themselves. John Stones is going to have to leave the field of play, Martin, for a bit.
Had shades of that Croatian goal we saw England concede just before half-time in the game, the first game they played in Dallas. Soaring away to the right of Jordan Pickford. Here's Messi. Spence trying to get it away. Kane trying to get it away. We're into 9 added minutes, incidentally. And Argentina will feel that this is their time.
Yeah, they'll want to try and get it done before extra time. England will be desperate to get to that next 30 minutes if necessary, but right now the team that with all the momentum, the team in possession.
Oh, Alexis McAllister hits the post for the second time. He's hit both posts. Oh. Messi. Oh, and England are in trouble. Maybe through Lautaro Martinez, they're going out to the semi-final stage. It's been header after header after header, and this one finds the back of the net. They haven't stopped the supply, England, and they haven't dealt with the men in the box.
They just can't stop it, Martin. Argentina have got the wind in their backs and they've got energy in their legs. And you're all expecting him to chop onto the left foot. Instead of that, he goes down the line on the right, stands up, a beautiful cross, and it's thumped in the back of the net by Lautaro Martinez. Climbs majestically, hangs in the air, totally unmarked, and gives Argentina, I think, a deserved lead at this stage of the game.
For the record, you can see Stones was back on. England are withering. Argentina are wondering now whether this superb comeback, in truth, against a lot of the tapestry of the play, they have found what champions found. In trouble. The tough, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Throw all the cliches at it you like. They apply. Harry Kane's asking for checks on the time. England now. The one thing you can say from England's point of view is they are slightly out of balance in terms of attacking players on the field, Argentina.
Rodrigo de Paul there, Martin, getting a yellow card. Whether that was for just delaying the restart, I'm not sure.
I think any delay will, the referee, who I must say is, I think, got through that first 20 minutes.
Yes.
How he did that, I don't know, but he's blossomed as an...
England have just had no answer up to now with the onslaught of Argentina. As soon as they went back and camped in on the 18-yard box, not had the answer to Argentina and how quick they've moved it and the brilliance.
Here's Kane playing it against Alvarez for an England throw down by the corner flag. Still a good 4 or 5 minutes to go. Stones. Another throw-in. Cons has won it. Marcus Rashford and Ivan Toney for the first time at this World Cup. We're going to see Toney. They're about to come on as Stones tries to help it on. Unable to clear Gonzalez, Consa.
You've got to miss the front man there, Consa. You've got the guys in the middle waiting for you. Got to miss that front man. You get very few opportunities to get out there and whip a ball in or clip a ball in.
Here come the changes, and John Stones has exited the field in a hurry.
Well, Thomas Tuchel has picked a team for this tournament, and he said special forces, really, and this is a special forces moment for Ivan Toney.
And Marcus Rashford coming on as well.
Yeah, he was the only other England player who scored in this World Cup apart from Bellingham and Kane. He did against Croatia. Put it into the box will be the message from the boss, I'm sure, and it's coming in now, but not very well. Well, the hearts might be broken for those in the England sections of the ground. This football is so much about late goals. Just international tournaments, the adding on of so much extra time. Kane wins the header, and Romero clears. Retrieved by Rodgers. A lot of players in white in the middle, but it doesn't reach a whole pack of them beyond where the ball arrived. Pickford the supplier this time, with a good angle on it towards Kane. Hooked away by Alvarez towards Burn.
Yeah, he's the one, Martin, they're trying to hit now. Jordan Pickford here, he's going to look for Dan Burn on that diagonal probably again.
Martinez. Maybe not with that either. It's a little bit desperate from Dan Burn in the circumstances. What a game.
What a game. The noise we have in this stadium, my goodness me.
An awesome recovery from Argentina. When we talk about late goals, they've scored plenty of them in this tournament. De Paul wasn't the best ball, I don't think.
Just go down the line with that there. Rodrigo de Paul, player of his experience, gave the ball away cheaply.
Clock ticks up to 8 added minutes.
Maybe one last chance for England to get some sort of decent delivery from a wide area.
It's a brave header. It's coming back at Argentina again. Rashford. He's done very well. Kept it in play. Argentina need only now to keep the ball. And who better who better? He's there again. He's fouled this time. Almost gets Argentina to the final. Well, this is how it started. To be fair, from say minute 15 to prick the number from those early potential fracas, we haven't had too much. But now England know the game is almost up. It wasn't ever in the palm of their hand, Andy, was it?
No, not at all. Messi did great here, got his body back in. Bellingham's absolutely entitled to go for that, and it's a foul. And of course, all the little fracas afterwards just gives Argentina a chance to get their breath. That's why that happens, but some of their football was tremendous when they were one down. Top draw, really, really good.
Still time for England to take the throw. Anderson, referee, not indicating that he's going to blow yet. England trying to pass it forward. They could be in real trouble here, except that Messi has the bigger picture in mind. Didn't go out. Going back to Martinez, and steers it forward towards his namesake Lautaro, who has the winning goal to his name. If and when the final whistle goes, with it still being 2-1, it's up towards Byrne.
What a header that is.
Enzo Fernandez. Argentina say blow the final whistle. The referee hasn't done it. We play on in Atlanta. It's back with Pickford. One last long ball. Doesn't get any more dramatic than this. World Cup semi-final. Dan Byrne coming in for it. Martinez hasn't got it. He's got a free kick. And that's all that Argentina need.
Everybody off the Argentina bench, everybody waving their hands in the air.
Scaloni trying to make sure nothing untoward happens. Dugout behaviour under scrutiny like everything else. There he is, the man who rose and planted in a header. Yet another Messi assist. We're into the 12th added minute, and Argentina, the world champions, are going to the 2026 final. Messi inspired the comeback. England scored first, as they did in 2018 when they lost to Croatia 2-1. Enzo Fernandez equalised here. A lovely England goal from Anthony Gordon. But Enzo Fernandez hammered in the equaliser. And as we moved into a long period of added time, Lautaro Martinez had the magic moment that mattered. And England fall short. Again, they'll play again for the bronze medal. But Argentina will play Spain in New York, New Jersey on Sunday. And the great man has another great game in prospect. Andy Townsend.
What a game.
Lionel Messi and Argentina, the defending champions, finding the way to get the job done once again.
Absolutely phenomenal stuff. You got to give them all the credit in the world. I mean, even for them, their heroics has sort of got them confused, Kev. You know, they can't believe how they can summon up such strength at the hardest times, and another game that was going away from them. But they are so tough and resilient, and then when they smell blood, there's probably nobody in the world that can attack a team like them. And of course, when you've got a genius like that in your ranks, then anything is possible at all times.
Yeah, it is. You're right, Stevie. And you only need to look back. They conceded such a poor goal in that second half. And Any other side would get downhearted and it's almost, that's it, game over. But they didn't do that. They continued to push. They continued to play forward, run forward, as we would always say. Continuously pressed and pressed. And it was down to the class of Messi, how they've opened up the game. England maybe sat back a little bit too deep. But the character on this squad of players is phenomenal. And they've been there, they've proved it in the past. And we've spoken about this unprecedented run of back-to-back Copas, going for back-to-back World Cups. It's a phenomenal run they've been on. And the way that they play, you can't rule out them doing it again.
Oh, and they never give up.
No.
Their attitude is unbelievable, you know. It hadn't been the best game in the first half. It was just a battle. Second half, okay, England are looking a little bit better, but Argentina just smelled the blood. You know, they said, now's our chance. They're dropping off a lot. Let's get our main man Messi on the ball.
What it means to him as well, Atiba. You can see what it means to him.
I mean, it's two World Cups in a row. You're going to the finals. It's absolutely amazing. And the quality that he has to pick his final passes are unbelievable. Left foot, right foot on the second goal was, I mean, it's outstanding. He's the one and only player I think is going to be able to show you that kind of quality over and over.
2 assists in this game for Lionel Messi. That now takes him in the lead for the Golden Boot with the 8 goals that he has also scored. 4 assists in this World Cup. And Argentina coming from behind with 2 goals after the 84th minute of this one to win it by 2 goals to 1. 10 of Argentina's last 12 goals at this World Cup have been scored in the 79th minute or later.
Yeah, and that tells you, that's what we talk about, look, that resilience and that belief. And then, you know, I think anybody else might have scored in this game with the emotion that was in it and just the energy expended to get through 90 minutes. When they scored that first goal, any other team would have took a breather and started to regroup and think, OK, how do we get ready for extra time? They went for the throat. They said, this is our chance to end this and end it now, because they knew England were beaten. They knew they were on the floor. And then, you know, they pushed for that second. When they get it, there's just euphoria. And then, again, the dedication to see it out and defend at that point as a team. What a together group. Oh, unbelievable stuff. Just great to see that genius celebrate the way that he does with a big smile on his face.
Late heroics in this stadium in the round of 16, coming from 2 down to beat Egypt by 3 goals to 2, with 3 goals in the last 11 minutes plus stoppage time in that one. And they've done it again today. 1 down after Anthony Gordon's goal. Enzo Fernandez and Lautaro Martinez with the goals. Messi with 2 assists. It's Argentina against Spain in the World Cup final on Sunday. TSN Player of the Match is presented by BMO, official bank of Canada Soccer.
Giving us to Lionel Messi with his 2 phenomenal assists. The first one was a quick corner to drag out players, and England had so many in the back line that left it open for Enzo Fernandez to put it in the back of net. And this one, just understanding that they were desperate to take away him, coming on that left foot, down the line, clips up a perfect cross to Martinez, as sub, and he's the player of the match for me. Outstanding.
So it's now Spain against Argentina, the defending champions Argentina, of course the Copa America champions as well, against the European champions, and that's something that has not happened in World Cup history. Electric Play of the Game is presented by Hyundai. Next starts now.
And where else could we look? Obviously, Lionel Messi had to be involved in it, as Stevie's just describing there, getting it onto his right foot. No one really put him under pressure after they cleared the ball, England, and he just had the freedom of the right-hand side. They showed him onto his right foot, saying, OK, you're going your weaker right foot, and he did this. What a cross and what a finish it was from Lautaro Martinez, who'd only been on the field a short time. Great header from him. What an impact Lautaro Martinez made.
So it's back-to-back World Cup finals for Argentina. Can they make it? Back-to-back titles. Lionel Messi driving them to a 2-1 win.
FIFA World Cup 2026 on TSN is presented by Hyundai, as a proud partner of the FIFA World Cup